Welcome to the wilds of West Papua.
It's happening! The trout! Oh, you're kidding!
That's broken.
Oh, we got your fish!
1 month on a tiny boat, completely winging it, and each day living off the land and sea. Our most popular series yet, cut into a full-length movie special. Sit back, buckle up for part 3 of Surviving West Papua.
We've been perched up in a village for the last few days, and we've got the opportunity to head out with one of our mates in a local boat to a really remote island he's been talking about.
Yeah, but this island specifically is pretty crazy. So the last few days we've been hearing stories that have been passed down from the ancestors that this island, the currents around it are so crazy that it's been sinking boats for years and years. They believe the currents are caused by giant squid or giant octopus or kraken-like creatures. It's still very much believed today. Like there was a sighting literally a month ago where one of these creatures was seen. So needless to say, it's perked our interest. We're gonna get in the boat, we're gonna head out there, we're gonna get in the water and see what it's all about, see what's happening out there. Big day plan, mate. Let's get into it. Just spotted a big herd of dolphins up ahead here. They're all really, really tightly packed. I'm not sure if they're feeding or if there's something else going on here, but hopefully we can get closer for a bit of a better look. Oh, there's heaps of them. Oh, amazing. So Az has just got the drone in the air and he's saying there's at least 30 dolphins in this pod. It's a bit of a mega pod, really. And they're just slowly cruising along the coast here. These ones are pretty shy to swim with, so we've opted to stay out of the water and just get like a real bird's eye view. It's probably the best view we can get of them, but it's pretty amazing to see dolphins in such big numbers just straight off the coast here. It's a good start to the day. Just come around the corner here and got our first look at the island we're heading out to. The location of it gets us very excited. It's just out by itself, out in the deep ocean. What that's going to do, of course, it's just going to be all that big current out there is going to be hitting that island, which is generally means it's a hot spot for big fish. So I can't wait to get out there. We're just nosing up into this cave and you can hear, I think there's a heap of bats in here. Look at the bright orange coral growing here. It's amazing colours. And there's bats just scooting around all through here.
The baby bats are up in the back of that cave there, and when they grow older, they move up and nest up at the top there.
Oh, look at this. Oh, we're going to hit you in the head.
Look, look, look. I thought they'd be little bats. These things are huge. Oh, they're big. That was awesome. Hans was just saying you can also swim through here and swim all the way out the other side. He said there's some big mangrove jack in there, so if we don't have any luck out at the island, we might stop back here on the way through. I'd love to do that swim through. There she is, hundreds of meters deep all around it. It's this random rocky island right in the middle, but unfortunately the water looks like a really deep green rather than a bluey clear color, but it might just be sort of the current on that side. We'll come around and fingers crossed we can find some cleaner water somewhere. Check it out. That little bay there, go and make a barbecue. We just got to get some fish first. Protected side of the island, the other side's just fully open ocean and there's waves dumping, but here it's really calm and protected. Looks a little bit clearer as we're sort of making our way around this way. And there's some beautiful coral life. Oh, kingfisher. Oh, beautiful blue kingfisher.
Yeah, electric blue on the back kingfisher.
Oh, there he goes, little kingfisher.
It's a really special spot, and I'm really keen to jump in the water and get a fish so we can have a barbecue on the island.
Some gnarly landscape here. You can see that current ripping around the corner there. As soon as we poked our head around the corner, you can feel that wind and current racing here.
Strick's just going to jump in now and check the current. Like anywhere where we jump in and dive, we want to be on the pressure edge of it, so wherever the current's hitting, that's where all the bait's going to be. So just going to jump in now and get a visibility check and a current check. What's the verdict, mate?
There's plenty of fish life, like lots of big surgeon fish, but the current's doing the wrong thing. The viz isn't great, so we're going to have to move elsewhere.
We've come around the other side now. We've identified where the current's hitting on this other point here. So we're all going to jump in. Strick's got the float out. We've got a flasher. Hans is jumping in as well. He's got his timber cannon. Let's do it, bro.
Yes.
Woo. Hopefully we can get a fish.
I'll see you in there. Oh, it's a bit colder out here.
nice little rainbow runner. There, bro. Just one rainbow. Nice little Mary sea perch.
Cooking.
Lunch spot.
Lunch spot.
We've just come off the reef here, up into this like tiny little, it's only 5 meters wide, into a little inlet here. It's just been like a landslide, and we're gonna cook up one of these fish here for lunch. There's Hans's catch of the day. That's a really big
Without hook.
bluefin trevally. Yeah, he's got no barb on his spear. Just stoned it. How you cook them up?
Bakar.
Yeah, grill?
Yes, very good.
Check out the roots coming down of this stranglerfish here, all over the rock and then up there. Interesting to see everyone's got a slightly different way of cooking here. So Hans has just taken the scales off, taken the guts out, and put one long cut sort of straight down the length of the body to allow that heat to get in and cook the meat. And having it raised up on these green wood that won't burn allows it to sort of cook evenly without burning on the fire. See how it's just up above the actual flame itself.
We've just cut up a few green leaves to go over the top of the fish just to hold all the heat in, to finish them off. It should be only about 10 minutes off being done.
Look at that mackerel's ready, mate.
It's definitely ready.
Nice.
Hans has already eaten the head.
Yeah, the head of the tail's gone missing. Where'd the head go, Hans?
Where did it? It's gone.
We've got a little bit of rice as well, so we're just going to have this fish, this rice, done, lunch.
Hans just asked, do you want salt with your fish? And we go, oh yeah. So he's just given it
Dunked it.
a dunk in salt. Yeah, beautiful. Maori sea perch. Spanish mackerel. Beautiful. Get into it, mate.
Oh wow.
Alright, there's the bowl. Rice and fish spring roll.
That's one.
Mantap, we call mantap.
I know.
Nice and salty.
Hey, bro.
Very, very good.
And that's the colour, yeah.
Doesn't get too much fresher than that, boys. Straight from the reef out the front. Cooked and served in maybe 30 minutes. It's back to basics living for you.
Salamat pagi. Good morning. Oh, it's nice now. She's glassed out.
Yeah, beautiful. Look at the current swirling here. We'll just come back to the back cave. I think we've got just enough time in the afternoon to jump in and do a quick swim. Like we said before, apparently you can swim through this entire section and come out the other side of this headland. So let's see how we go.
Oh man, this is incredible. Oh, look at the bats. Mình chưa thiên.
After all that, we didn't happen to see the Kraken, but we were happy to have speared a feed of fish, checked out some new area, and be back at camp now for golden hour.
What a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dennis. Terima kasih. So good. Yeah.
You want to see the bites
snake,
from the
that's it.
snake? Yeah. Looks black, huh?
Hans got bitten by a snake this morning here in the village, and the kids wanted to see where he got bitten on the hand. I'm going to share with you guys some behind the scenes action really quick on how we make these trips possible and sharing it with you. For the last 12 to 14 months, I reckon, we're pretty slow to catch up with tech. We've been islands in the remote South Pacific, the Solomon
People you'll ever meet. There's a few of us on this trip, tools like traditional bows and arrows. This is life, and every day's an adventure.
We've got a lot to do over the next couple.
Who are very much a wealth of knowledge with bushcraft, eager to share their culture and their stories.
One of the most, a lot of the timber, and he said there was a lot of people who weren't too happy. Come with me. And he just pointed into the jungle so we know.
That is the type of little bit old one.
Old one. Tree to make a traditional hunting bow from.
So stone like this and the color. No people live in a coastal area. The mission and the government come to Solomon Islands, head hunting. Each patient will have to chop.
Mate, Aponga was just saying that neighbouring villages, neighbouring islands would do raid party, clams and shells on the ground, that his ancestors as missionaries came to the Solomon Islands. Just insane. And he said his uncle told him a story, and then break them down and then clean them, like get right here where we're standing. Super one.
Yeah, old one.
Yep.
Strong one.
Yeah. A lot stronger than the one we used to make sandpaper. He just did a few brushes on his knife.
What do you call this tree?
But this is going to be used.
Chobo cherry. Rub them here, so that it will help. We have to collect. Then.
I like the smell. Yeah.
Panadol, no.
Like Panadol.
What we call bakua.
Bakua.
And that skin.
This clearing here, Vincent was saying, much excite me as a tropical fruit lover. Champidak, jackfruit.
Flame. Then put it in a flame. When it's rain.
Moved through this dense jungle like they were a part of it. Me, how much you can learn just by...
Very humid, perfect for growing palms, and they're used for the roofing on all of the houses and the hut. And then they'll gather all the starch out of that, and then these leaves in some part of the sago palm fruits, dragon's egg, for all the Game of Thrones. Traditional Solomon Islander bow. The perfect bow timber over time will get the strength and poundage, I guess, you need to use to get it right. It's quite a process used for making the bowstring. It's the same that's then pulled off, and that's dried out. Very strong. Take out that middle spine, and there's the finished product. That'd literally pierce through your skin, just like an arrow. So interested to see.
In every bed, but no, we didn't do it anymore. But there is a bed. They're still hunting for those beds.
Right, so here's they only hunt the birds that attack their garden and stopped coming to the surface of the water. He said that to the top. Anyway, let's. That is a dead bird. You don't want to.
We'll hold it together with the.
Press it on, big.
Like that.
Really good. It'd be a coconut. Thanks so much for showing us upon him and a few of the other master carvers on the island, all the tales of the ocean and history of the Solomon. Amazing to see just how happy carving makes these. Have a bit of a laugh, carve away for a few hours, and then Morovo Island traders, not only are they doing and also like mosaic tables.
We'll have to show you what kind of tool to dig and which type of cabin is good to.
Your father's or grandfather, a month?
Yeah.
Options in every cut. It's pretty rare these days.
This, need to line up with this, yeah? That's it. Put a bridge across the two. Well, there was up. Merch that we're putting up soon. It's my least favorite. We're like, oh, that's a cute little dog shot. They just check out some really fantastic merch. We put a lot of will be down the bottom in the video description. Jump in on these ledges. It's pretty much along here around that point. So and the captain, Greg, Killy. Anyway, he's just gonna jump in and go and check that and just be calling you over. Be careful, Killy. Yeah. It's right on sunset now and there's a... I can see bait jumping. Yeah, I'm on! Yeah! Well done, Captain! Trevally. They look beautiful under the water and they're also coming home with us. We got one on the board, hopefully the island, another boat. Sorry, we thought you were going to swim. Done, boys.
This is also a trip to...
Guys, here's a training to be guides. So
people just go around looking for me.
I'll swim in. Really the best time for pelagic fish. Terra, which is a toxin that some of the... And you don't get sick, it's all good?
Yeah, so good. Very sweet. All the stuff we didn't eat.
Yeah, these ones are sweet.
Yeah, very sweet.
Well done, mate. It's a beautiful fish.
We've got ourselves a nice vermiculated trout tonight.
How do you reckon we're going to cook it up? What's the plan? I'm the one that has to fill it, which is fair enough. Here to the Solomons. Oh, it's so fresh. It's, and I'd say the head and the frame. It'd be extremely rude of me if some of the best meat in the trout and you got some of that bell. The fillet at the end, you just stick it down with the knife. Pretty good. This is a staple here in the... Salamat sore. How are you? Apa kabar? Yeah, high five. No high fives. Yes. Really beautiful sunset this afternoon. What kind of face was that? All the kids are just like harassing me to get photos of them. I think it's a huge novelty to have like technology around them. I definitely get the sense of that, which is a beautiful thing. And it's just awesome to see kids being kids, not glued to screens. Just like mucking around for the sunset, which is absolutely spectacular this afternoon. It's an amazing sunset.
After a couple of weeks calling this beautiful village home, it was time to set sail, as we were keen to continue exploring further afield.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. I love your family, bro.
So friendly. Let's do it, mate.
All right, we're out of here. Terima kasih, Bapak, Ibu. Yeah.
Terima kasih.
Oh my God. It actually feels like home after a week. You sad to be leaving? I feel bad taking you away from your family.
No, that's fine.
All right, bro. We'll see you in there. Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, the boys are now in there and you can see this current is racing this direction and it hits the wind on the other side, and the wind into current create like the ocean to stand up and be really rough, but generally big currents is equal to big fish, so fingers crossed they can get in the right spot and hopefully land something tasty for dinner. Napa, one of my favourite to hunt. We don't get many of them at home. I'll put this one straight to sleep. All right, so we've just come right back up to the top of the reef here. The boys drifted probably a couple of kilometers there in maybe 20 minutes. They were really moving at a rate of knots. Apparently they're just having to sort of swim down close to the bottom and almost doing like a drive-by as the current just rips them along the edge. But I've just dropped them back in here. They're going to do another big drift and see how they go. They reckon the fish life, it's one of those days where it's a hell of a lot nicer under the water than above the water. The sea's quite sloppy here. It's not too much fun on board at the moment, to be honest. I hope the boys are getting some fish. Oh, far out. Oh.
Oh, this boat is getting thrown around. Oh, bro. That was so sick. Yeah, that was fun, man. We've navigated our way out a choppy channel there where we're getting thrown around like a rag doll. We've come into the leeward side of this island behind me and it's absolutely pristine. It's protected from the wind, it's glassy calm, and there's all these little secluded white sandy beaches, a few limestone casts and headlands that come out, and an established coconut plantation, which leads me to believe there's villages not too far away. The boys have jumped in for a spear here to see if we can get a couple more fish, because one of our intentions is Hans has got some family in a neighboring island's village, and he said we'd be able to go get some fresh produce there, maybe some limes for cooking for the next couple of days. Oh, you're on fire, you're getting some really nice fish. Yeah, these don't get a hell of a lot too much bigger, but really nice white flesh, black spot Moses perch. We're gonna have to unload a bit of fish to the village at this stage, or at least go in and do a bit of a trade for some produce. Oh geez, there you go. That's from the drift Hans and I did just before. Midnight snapper, a nice mackerel.
Sounds good.
Beautiful.
Lunch and dinner.
Oh, whoa, heavy.
Seems there's never a dull moment here. Now our engine isn't starting, so this won't go. Goes into forward, but that's meant to be neutral, and it's not starting, but it's like it's staying in gear. It won't come back into reverse either. Basically, we're broken down here. The boys are up getting a bit of a barbecue going for a cookout. I'm going to try fix this engine.
We've just pulled into one of the many gorgeous beaches here. Front, back anchor. Gonna get a fire going because there's a fair bit of hunger building up in the camp, so let's drop some lunch. Yep. Hans is just using the back of the machete to take all the scales off either side, and we'll take the guts out and we'll go straight on those coconut palm frond stalks. We're going to slow grill it over the coals, so we're just building up a coal base now with all of the dry wood that we snapped off these overhanging dead trees, and then Hans has gone and cut some, the hard stalk of the palm frond. Because this is green and sappy, it's not going to burn straight through. If this was dry, it'd be no good. The fish would be sitting there and crack all the way through and hit the sand. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll get the fish on here. Start you. This one is stuck in forward. Strick could get it on by manually starting it, but yeah, she's not going in neutral to start, which is an issue.
This is angled forward when it's in forward, going forward.
Yep.
And then when it goes to neutral, it'll sit like this, and then reverse, it'll sit like this.
Yep.
So can you have a look at what happens here when I put it back to neutral?
Yep. Yep, click straight up as expected. Forward, neutral. Well, that's reverse. Neutral, reverse. Yep.
And now look at the other one. So that's in forward. I'm trying to come back to neutral.
And it won't. That feels like neutral. No, man.
Oh, there's the problem. Under the throttle, unfortunately it's not a loose thing, it is snapped. That's broken. That's why we can't get it in and out of gear. Oh, because that was bent. Looks like we're on one motor and we're a hell of a long way from home here. This is just not ideal.
There's been a few developments up here in the kitchen while Strick and I are trying to fix the port side outboard. Got some cooking bananas directly. And there's the snapper. Fortunately have a bit of breeze today, so Hans is using these palm fronds here to block the breeze. I'll have to admit there's not a hell of a lot of flavour, but got some energy in it, and next time definitely get a bit of salt and pepper. Pretty good to dip in the ocean actually for salt. This is my favourite here.
Oh.
Hans was right, that coconut meat plus the charcoal banana is really tasty. Brings it to life, which makes sense because a lot of the times when you curry them, you'll do it with coconut cream and naksakali. Really good, bro. That's the combo. That's the strap. This dried coconut husk is really good for coals. It's also a natural mosquito repellent. We just move the fish a little bit lower as the heat's dying down, just to finish it off. And then goes on the bench. I'm hungry, bro. You hungry?
Yeah.
Always. All right, we got good news and we got some not so good news. The good news is lunch is almost done. We're hungry and it looks amazing. The bad news is that we're confident that our port hand motor is broken and beyond the capability and the tools that we have of us fixing. So fortunately, on the plus side, we do have 2 motors. The benefit of having double outboards is if something like this happens, we can still propel ourselves forward, just significantly slower. So we're gonna have a bit of a game plan. Hans seems to think that there could be someone capable in a nearby village that might be able to help get this broken down motor going. By nearby, I'm talking at the speed we can go, a few hours. So yeah, ideally we need to get it fixed.
Okay, bro.
Hot.
Salt.
Nice and salty.
Yeah, we got a grand total of 0 condiments. So Hans is like, don't worry, we just put it in the ocean. That's salt.
That's good.
Oh wow.
That works.
Man, it definitely works.
Do the same for the coconut to get it nice and salty before cooking it. Dip it in the ocean.
Ant camp.
Lots of ants.
I enjoyed the leftovers anyway.
We've got some big news, guys. We've just heard over the satellite phone that the brand new B2B designs are live and ready to go on the website. Now, remember last time we launched new designs, they all pretty well sold out that first drop instantly. So get in quick if you would like to get your hands on some this time around. And just a massive thank you to everyone that does, because by buying the merch, by wearing it, it helps fuel these adventures and bring you the episodes. Get in quick, guys. Cheers for your support. Sort of pulling the boat apart from the front to fix things up the back here. I think this washer will do. Yeah, boys, look at that.
Bit of a series of unfortunate events this afternoon. We lost a washer over the side. We can't put the nut and the bolt in, so we're using rope. All right, quick update. We've opted for trying to get the outboard fixed. Just given the safety factor, the distances we need to travel, how much longer we've got left to go here in West Papua. As you know, with our videos, we try not to sugarcoat stuff. We'll show you the highs, the lows, everything in between. Hey Hans, all good? All good. Really fortunate we got a few fish in the back of the boat extra, so we've just pulled into the village here. We're going to hand over a few fish because they're being extremely accommodating. And we're left with 2 for dinner. We give the rest away.
I think that's as far as we're going to get this evening. We've got the boat anchored out the front. It's been a long afternoon, hopefully not too much of a long night. We're going to get back into the boat maintenance tomorrow.
I'll be honest with you, it's been a pretty long and frustrating morning. No mechanic, minimal gear in the way of fixing this thing, but yeah, we think we've found a way to continue the journey. By shorting this to turn the motor on in gear, which is not ideal. It's dangerous and impractical. However, we can engine with both motors. We're getting some speed, bro.
Luke here at the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, and I'm stranded in the wilderness of Alaska this morning, and it didn't show up. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get home. There we go. Just gonna leave my gun case in the bushes miles northeast of Ketchikan, Alaska. Everything is covered in moss. size of this log. This is crazy. Look at this! The lake I was trying to find. Unfortunately, I'm on the wrong end of the lake. Oh. Check it out. But hey, I got a great view of the lake. Looks a little beat up. A great thing. Ooh. Well, they didn't let me get close to them, but they're here, and that's a good sign. Oh. Gonna need it because I've already wet my pants. 90 years old, just made with logs and cedar shingles. Got a nice, oh, this is a pretty cool spot, but I gotta get my tent set up. I am really, it's a volcanic hot spring. Hot right there. This right here must be the source. There's probably other hot springs popping out higher up there. Now there we go. There, boiling hot water there, and warm water flow. And I need to give this some time to clean out the pool and get it nice and warm. I am so hungry. These bratwursts are pre-cooked, so you just want to warm them up, really. There you go. I am exhausted. I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning to catch my flight. Got my hot water bottle here, check for leaks. Give it a little mix, let it sit overnight, and it'll be fermented and all ready to go. Make campfire bread. It's really easy. Oh. Well, the sun sets, snacks, and listen to an audiobook. I've got a pumpkin pie and having an awesome time.
Oh, these didn't dry out at all last night.
This is not going to be fun.
This is right back where they were yesterday. I'm going to try to stalk them.
Mallard ducks actually have, there's the basic quack right into the call, and I was able to close the distance with them pretty good. But when I got hungry, think I am ready for breakfast. A little something to keep me warm while I cook. I'll tell you what, the rain has eased up a little bit. I want to take advantage of being warm. On the inside, but it's so wet on the outside, it's going to take a lot of heat to get it just soaking wet. I got these two dry pieces of wood I found in the shelf over here where it's nice and dry. Another great fire starter is charcoal, but this stuff's soaking wet, so we're gonna, there you go, that works real good. Oh, so I'm out of water. Luckily around here there is no short supply of water. Quick, so I use the carrying case for my water filter to, I just hang up the dirty water. Fly. It's got a black leech with a gold bead on it. I don't know a ton about this lake. I'm gonna sit and wait for a pot to boil on my stove. Well, the fishing isn't something to warm myself up, and I got an idea. Oh, a little bit of that warm waterfall coming in, mixing with it. Getting out of that hot water. Honestly, I don't feel any wetter than I did before I got into the hot springs. But man, little salt, pepper. Use Italian sausage or kielbasa instead of bratwurst, and it's even fire. I better do it now. Dry kindling, that fire isn't taking aggressively. There's so much rain, which will protect the fire. There. The marshmallow. Lemon pound cake here. Cup of hot chocolate with some cake for dessert, not a full belly. I think there's a really good chance I'm gonna go to bed dry and warm. Don't get out of there, get out of there. Hey, come on. There we go. There's mice all over. Oh, mice can, of course, they can get into your food and ruin your food. We're just gonna try to clean up really well and get all my stuff off the ground so they don't chew it up. Nice. Oh, these socks are so wet. I'll see you in the morning.
This old lady today shot her dog and thought it was a rabbit. Dry clean clothes, but I'm saving it for the airplane ride home. Don't want to get good outside. It's gonna be wet today. Disgustingly dirty.
But I am ready to get out of the rain. I think it's time to head back to the... Oh, I just got a message from the pilot that they're weathered in at Ketchkiska. You have to bow to the weather. The weather doesn't bow to you. Rain. I'm wet from the waist down and a little bit cold, but so I've got to do little exercises under the tarp to try to stay warm. Well, the rain eased up and I got a message from the pilot. I'm using the break in the weather to walk around. We'll see if they can make it. I can hear a plane. Thank you so much. Oh.
I missed you.
And Jake.
Make sure to click subscribe. All right, I'll see you next video, everyone.
Hit that bell button. You'll get notifications. Thanks for watching.